All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome. A little hiccup there with the audio. Hopefully everybody's doing well. It is March 30th. We are, Easter's this Sunday, is that correct?
Yes.
Our current Lieutenant Governor, Christina von Lindenberg, is back in her seat after being a little under the weather recently. But you look good, you look ready, you look strong. A lot of vitamin C.
I'm ready.
A lot of vitamin C?
Oh, a lot of vitamin D, zinc.
Every letter.
Every letter.
Very good. Well, it's good to have you back in studio, feeling and looking good. Our guests today, we're going to feature some of our sponsored youth programs, a couple of lieutenant governors. But before we do that, you had a division council meeting not too long ago. Why don't you give everybody an update?
That was a wonderful meeting. We had a bunch of people virtually and in person, especially guests from the district, which was very special. We had it virtually and we had it in person. Gary Rardern and his wife, Patty. We got the candidates for governor.
Oh.
We call him governor. So we got Valerie Brown and we have Ross Keener.
Now you said running for governor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Incoming.
Incoming. Well,
Because the next one is Margot.
Right, okay.
And
Well, good luck,
so
Val.
we had a wonderful Ross' wife also, Jamie, was there. And we had a wonderful breakfast.
Great.
We did the most important. We got an election of lieutenant governor of
Oh,
our division.
So who's next?
Reba Brown.
Oh, out of Pahrump.
And we also elected a lieutenant governor-elect.
Really?
So Marisa
Very
Chabel is coming.
Congratulations. I got to tell you, it's been a long time since I can remember when our division has had not only someone to come in after our sitting, but the one after that one.
Yeah.
Very impressive. That's wonderful.
I said it. This is historic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're looking and working already on the next person.
Very
we
good.
have a year so that
That's
we can
great.
have a succession.
Very important. Good job.
Right.
I like hearing that.
And I also had the reports for the radios. Do you remember that we had we collected money to send to Philippines?
Yes.
So we sent $500.
Very cool.
And that makes like 24,300 Philippine pesos. And they could buy 62 radios with that.
Very
and we're
good.
so happy.
Nice.
That is for the Kiwanis Club of the Last Frontier.
Very good.
And we also did our weighting for the pop tops.
Mm-hmm.
And we had 24.25 pounds.
Okay.
And the Green Valley is the leading club, of course.
I wonder where they get so many Pop-Tops from. I didn't
Yeah.
think beer cans had Pop-Tops anymore. I guess the cans do.
But we had a great meeting.
Well, that's good. And when's the next one? Do you have your picture? It's what?
It's in May the 9th, I believe.
Okay.
And
Very
that
good.
is Green Valley is our host.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, listen, if you're involved as a Kiwani in this division, this is something you should mark down and be aware of is the next division council meeting where everybody comes together. Now, speaking of coming together, we have wonderful representation. We have other lieutenant governors. Man, we're in royalty.
Yeah.
But before we introduce the lieutenant governors, I am actually going to introduce the Key Club advisor, who then she can introduce her lieutenant governors. She didn't know she was going to have a job before we spoke. So please welcome to the show, Hannah Santee. She's a Region 5 Key Club advisor to the Key Club programs. Good morning.
And she's also a Green Valley member.
And a Green Valley member. Yes.
Yeah.
Good morning, Hannah.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good this morning.
Why don't you take the honor as the Key Club advisor to introduce the two young ladies joining us today?
Wonderful. Hopefully Feliza is back with us. She had some issues and got...
Yeah, we're seeing the three of you.
We got
Okay.
everybody.
All right. So first up, we have Minnie Chuhan out of Division 28 West, Lieutenant Governor.
We just lost her visual, but that's okay.
No,
Okay.
that is,
and then our
Felisa.
other one is Feliza Kunanen
Oh, I'm sorry.
from Division 28 South, Lieutenant Governor.
Okay, very good. Welcome. We have to get who was it that dropped off?
Feliza dropped off.
Okay, so Feliza, we'll try to get her back momentarily. So Minnie, good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
No worries. Right. What else would you be doing on your spring break? Right. You'd be sleeping late.
Yeah.
See? See? I'll tell you what, Hannah, if you could send a message to Feliza and let her know that whatever happened is on her end, because we're showing everything good here,
Okay.
something. She may have just lost Wi-Fi connection or something there. But anyway, so Minnie, tell us about yourself. What grade? How'd you get into Key Club? That sort of thing. If you want to mention what school you go to, etc.
So I'm a senior at West Tech here in Vegas. This is my 4th year in Key Club, my 2nd year having a leadership position. Before this, during my junior year, I was a division secretary. Yeah, I've been to probably every major Key Club event since my freshman year. Um, it is like the one club that I like really stuck with for my entire high school career, and it started. I'd say like freshman orientation when everyone was like cheering and they were explaining what Key Club is, and I was like, I would never join that. That like it's so loud, it's so what's it called, outgoing, and as a shy freshman, I was like, no, like I'm gonna avoid that. But my friends convinced me to go, and here I am.
And you haven't looked back since. So I've got to ask you a question. I hope you can answer this question. So, Minnie, how do you feel?
I feel good. Oh, I feel so good. Oh, I feel fine all of the time. Anga,
Woo!
anga, 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 anga.
Very good. Bravo. Bravo.
It's been a while since I've done this year.
But as a lieutenant governor, you always have to be prepared for the unknown and unexpected.
Yeah.
So you fell in love with the atmosphere of Key Club and what they presented there 4 years ago. You joined because of that. How do you feel over the 4 years you as a person may have grown since freshman to senior because of your involvement in Key Club?
Definitely my communication has gotten a lot better because, as like LTG and even as division secretary, I was writing a bunch of emails. I was talking to a bunch of different people throughout the division and now throughout the district. So my communication has definitely gotten better. I've become just a generally more organized person. I remember like back in freshman year, I would just kind of like remember my homework in my head and not like write it down anywhere. But since sophomore year, I've been like using a planner and I've been getting everything a lot more organized.
Right on.
Minnie, my guess is that you had a tough year or different year. Let's not say tough, but a different year, you being the lieutenant governor. So what was your challenging most affair that you had, and also your big accomplishment in the year?
My biggest accomplishment that probably would never have happened if it wasn't for this pandemic was hosting socials with different divisions from California.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it was really fun. We hosted one with a division from California and Hawaii, and then just recently, like a week or two ago, we hosted one with another NorCal division. So that would be my biggest accomplishment. I think it got my members to connect more to the rest of CNH because like Nevada is kind of disconnected in general. My biggest, what's it called? What was the other
The
one?
challenge, I would say.
My biggest challenge.
Most difficult.
Probably just trying to keep members motivated. Cause we don't have like the normal things that we have in Key Club, in-person events, anything like that. So it was just trying to keep members motivated throughout the year to complete service and to show up to like DCMs and meetings and events and everything.
All right.
Right on. So let's go to Hannah because she's the one that is sort of like the ringleader of all the Key Clubbers, more or less. As you mentioned, she is a member of the Green Valley Kiwanis Club. By the way, I neglect to give out our phone numbers if folks want to call in. 702-329-6947. Press the number 1 to come into the studio. If we don't get Feliza back on visually, we've communicated with her to call at least so we can get her back on via the phone. So, Hannah, here you are. You're a member of Kiwanis. How long have you been a member of Kiwanis, and how long have you been involved as a Key Club advisor?
Well, Feliza just messaged me. She said it's waiting to approve her.
Oh,
so,
okay. She may have to re-click the link again because there's nothing that should be approved. It should
Okay.
be just an automatic link. So, and I'm just getting that off of our producer. But anyway,
Okay. Oh, I hope she understands that. I don't think I typed that right. Minnie, you text her, okay?
Yeah.
So I've been in Kiwanis for 13 years, and I've been a Key Club advisor for 13 years.
oh, they got you early.
Yeah, well, I wasn't new at teaching at that point, so that's kind of why I ended up jumping into it.
Gotcha.
It's actually my 14th year in Clark County School District, so as a teacher.
What school do you teach at?
I teach
Green
at Green Valley,
Oh, okay.
so I teach high school math. Let's see.
Oh,
What are your other
Felisa.
questions?
we got
Yay.
Felisa back. Very cool.
Hannah,
Welcome back.
can you tell us how many schools do you have?
Yeah.
There are 42 high schools that have Key Clubs here in the Vegas Valley. Out of, I think it's about 65 or something like that, high schools. So we have a good amount. We still have some room to spread, which the girls actually are working on. Felisa actually chartered a new Key Club this year. That is probably, I'm going to
Congrats.
let her talk about which club it was and everything, but that's probably one of her big accomplishments this year. So I'm really proud that she was able to do that, because in a normal year, it's really difficult to do. In a pandemic year, it was even more
Absolutely.
over the top to have to do. So she did a good job with that.
We're flashing up some pictures as you're talking in the meantime. But as long as Felisa is back, right? She's back. We saw her. Don't go anywhere. Felisa, just kind of introduce yourself to the audience. What school year you're in, things like that. Why Key Club? Just give everybody a brief little history about your background.
Of course. So hello everyone. My name is Felisa Kananen. I'm currently a senior and I currently serve Division 28 South as the Lieutenant Governor. The reason why I joined Key Club was through a friend. Her older brother was in Key Club back in 2015. So she was inspired by her older brother to join Key Club. And as a freshman, there's a lot of new opportunities rushed in front of you. So I took on that opportunity to join Key Club. And in middle school, I actually enjoyed doing leadership and community service. And Key Club was that foundation that I really wanted to venture in. And that's why I've been with Key Club for the past 4 years.
That's her. I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked Minnie before. How have you seen yourself grow from the time you first got into Key Club to today? How have you changed? How has Kiwanis helped you develop as a young adult?
Definitely coming into high school, I was really shy. I didn't have the skills of public speaking. If I were to come up to a crowd, I would start fidgeting and shaking and stuttering a lot. After taking on the leadership role as Lieutenant Governor, that helped me become more confident, because I had to talk to multiple different types of groups, whether it was teenagers, adults, so on, and that helped me expand my group of people I had to talk to, because now you have to be professional but also relatable to different types of groups.
Very good.
Yeah.
So I will ask the same thing that I just asked.
Your counterpart.
Minnie.
Minnie.
Yeah. In this year, you as a lieutenant governor, you had lows and highs. So what was your highest point? What was your lowest?
Felisa, that's for you, that question.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was waiting for me to speak. Okay. Definitely my highest moment was being able to continue the interaction despite the pandemic. Originally, people, if we're in an online, in-person setting, it was much easier just to gather a group and say, hello, how are you? And create a bond with them and leave that new memory. But through an online setting, it's much harder since everyone likes to turn off their cameras, be muted. So it's like almost talking to this invisible void, like just talking to no one. But
We
clearly the
feel the
difference.
same.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Listen, I'm a certified teaching tutor, and I work at an elementary school, and I agree with you 1,000%. When those kids
Yeah.
don't turn that camera on with me, I'm like, hello, anybody out there? It's like in the vast land. So I totally get it. Oh, man, that's frustrating.
So you had to get creative this year, trying to figure out what you wanted to do to get that build up that interaction. So every time I had an event, it's just how can I top the next event to ensure that these key clubbers feel like there are key clubbers this year rather than I'm just attending this meeting because I have to. For my weakest moment, definitely is just being consistent. There was just those moments where I felt like I did my best, and then there were some moments I felt like I didn't do my best. So I was trying to be consistent and not trying to beat yourself down for that because there's just some circumstances that's out of your control. And in the end of the day, as long as you did something, that's the best that you can do, and you're leaving a legacy for the next generation.
I absolutely love that.
These
I
kids are so
love
mature.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps listening
Yes.
to that. So Hannah mentioned that you started a new club during this quarantine pandemic when you were looking at black screens when people were not turning their cameras on. So talk about that. What school and how you accomplished that in given the extraordinary circumstances.
Oh, yes. So there's a platform that a lot of teenagers like to use called Instagram. So one of the students from Bishop Gorman saw one of the students from my division that she was in Key Club. And that student, who was the president of that club, reached out to me and asked, how can I help Bishop Gorman charter themselves? So in the beginning, I was completely new to the idea of chartering. I haven't heard about a club being chartered before, so I definitely reached out to my advisor saying, what is the process to charter a club? And we walked through that entire process. We started the chartering process back in July, early in the beginning of the pandemic, and that club didn't get chartered until this past February. So it's just an entire process. It took a long time, but it was definitely worth it because I got to see that one student grow her club. So she went from one person in that club to 40 people in that club, which is amazing for just a club that is starting off fresh. Typically, you only want to start off with like 10 or 20 people, but for her to get like 40 people involved during a pandemic is amazing.
You get to comment on me.
One was a breakfast for Santa. There was a picture of these girls being elected as lieutenant governor with their past lieutenant governors, and they're about to repeat this process. They have elects. They just haven't passed down all the way yet. So that will be coming up here in April. Let me think, what else was there? There was some pictures from what is called RTC, which is the Region Training Conference, and that's where all the key clubbers here in Vegas are invited to come to Green Valley High School for a 12-hour day, and it's a whole day of key club. In the morning, we kind of run a school day schedule, and they do some workshops learning about different service programs in the Valley, learning about different leadership positions within Key Club, and some of our charities that many of the clubs participate with. They also have workshops during that time. And that's the morning session. Then they get to eat lunch together. We do 2 lunches because there's about 2,000 kids on that campus that day, which is really great. It's an amazing atmosphere of energy and excitement, and there are teenagers that all have the same mindset. So in the afternoon, we have workshops that are service project based, and they make things like no-sew fleece blankets for the children in hospitals.
Yeah, I think one of the pictures we saw was 2 folks sitting in front of a table. They were piled nice and high.
Yes.
Right.
And that's not even a quarter of what they put out. They've done letters to troops. that get sent over at Christmas time because this happens normally in October. They've done all sorts of different types of service projects. They've done things for the elderly homes, the assisted living homes, like placemats that they can eat off of at dinner time so that they have something to look at while they eat. Let's see, what else have you guys done? They've done puffy paint socks where they paint messages on the bottom of socks and with puffy paint, and they become no slip socks for people that are in hospice care. The amount of items they produce in that one day is absolutely amazing. And it just gives you goosebumps at the end of the day. It's an exhausting day for us advisors, but in the end, we know that it's worth it because the kids have given back and they see the joy that's involved in that. And some of them also lead each other. They do the presentations. It's completely student-led. So they get that experience of leading others.
Which
That
is exactly what the ladies were talking about, has been a skill that has really grown for them.
Absolutely. These kids, when I meet them as freshmen, as Felisa said, they're shy little freshmen that are afraid to even make a peep. And now, I mean, as seniors, they develop into amazing young adults that I can't wait to see what they do out in the world.
So, Hannah, before I go back to the ladies, I want to know from you. Obviously, and I too have been a Key Club advisor and Circle K advisor in my past history. So you're there to advise. You're not there to make decisions for them. You're not there to tell them what to do. What is your message that you give to each club or the lieutenant governors that they carry forth throughout the year? What's your message to your leaders in the clubs?
I basically tell them, you know, it's your year to lead. I'm here to help you guide through the rules and regulations. But if it's something that you want to do, we'll figure out a way to do it. You know, we need to follow the rules, but it's really the sky is the limit on what you want to do. And if you want to accomplish it, we'll work towards it.
Terrific. Terrific. Now, Felisa, I have to come back to you real quickly because I asked Minnie a question when we were getting you back online. So I've got to ask you, Felisa, how do you feel?
I feel great.
Wait a minute. Is that how it goes?
How do you feel?
I feel good. Oh, I feel so good. Oh,
Beanie,
I feel
help her.
fine all of the time. Unga.
There you go.
Woo!
There you go.
Bravo.
Listen, bravo. We put Minnie on the spot. I had to do it back to you as well. Let me go to Minnie for a second because now your career in high school is wrapping up under the most craziest school calendar ever in the time of history. What's your plans after high? You both will answer the same question. Plans after high school, college, career, and more importantly, Circle K after Key Club perhaps. And then we would, listen, I'm going to speak for all Kiwanians. We would love to see you in Kiwanis when the time comes. But talk to us about your media plans.
Okay, so after high school, I plan to go to UNLV to study psychology and hopefully minor in something business or finance related. In the end, I really want to become a clinical psychologist, mostly working with like developmental psychology and like with kids. I know there is a Circle K at UNLV, and I'm planning to look more into it when I get into college and hopefully join as well.
I was an advisor to that Circle K club, so you know. Good for you. And how about you, Felisa? What's your plans after high school?
I do plan to attend university. I plan to major in a double major in business and graphic design. And depending on where I go, I also like to attend Circle K as well, since I heard a lot of my college friends there, they enjoy it very well.
Good.
When I started my year, Felisa offered herself to be our media chair. And because of her position, she just couldn't do it.
Gotcha.
But thank you, Felisa, for that offering.
I actually love both of them in both
Yeah.
their careers after school. I heard
Yes.
business administration Both. And that's very important. You have your career and your goal, but if you want to do something on your own in terms of opening your own business,
is
you
anything.
better know how to do it,
Exactly.
right? Exactly. So that's very inspiring to hear what you guys have moving forward. As someone, like I said, I was a Key Clubber back in my day, Circle K, and have come up through the ranks. 2-time Lieutenant Governor on Kiwanis. Don't go far from Kiwanis because we will want you, whether it's Green Valley Club or Centennial or whichever club. Make sure you keep those K family roots together, right?
Yes, and congratulations. You have done a
Absolutely.
wonderful job in what you're doing in your year. So I have never seen so many activities, so many projects, so your energy is wonderful, and I love you guys.
Yeah, Christina gets
Thank you.
tired just reading your reports of how much activity you guys are doing. So that's
It is long.
I
It
know.
is-
I bet. All right, we're about to start wrapping up. We're going over a couple of minutes because we had the delay at the beginning. So what I want to find out is this, ladies, and this time we'll start with Feliza. Send a message out to any youth right now that is in high school, maybe even in Circle K, that is thinking about, I got to get involved in some other things. What should I do? Make a pitch to these folks as to why they should get involved in the K family.
Okay, so definitely as a freshman, expand your horizon, try different things. But once you start moving up the ranks, going into your junior and senior year, start picking what truly speaks out to you. It's maybe on college apps, 10 clubs that might seem cool, but to be honest, that's not a lot you can do during your time being. So if Kika truly speaks out to you, do it, because you don't know how much your impact will make at the end of the day. You're just one person, but collectively as a group, you make such a big impact. And with Key Club, your scope is so large because you don't only just work with your local community, you expand up to the international level. And if that's something you want to do and you can accomplish in your 4 years of high school, go for it. No one's going to stop you. The only person that's going to tell you to stop is yourself. So listen to yourself, tell yourself that you can do it and you'll do well.
Terrific. Minnie, your turn. You're at the podium.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say just take every opportunity that comes your way because you never know what could come out of it. I didn't know what to expect when I became LTG, and it has been one of the probably the most memorable moments of my entire high school career. And to join the K family means to give back to your community. It is a service organization at its heart, and when you do service with people you're close to, friends and family and all that kind of stuff, it really just makes it even better, because you're giving back, but you're giving back with the people you love as well.
Right
Thank
on.
you.
Great message.
Hannah, you should be so proud of these
Absolutely.
two girls. I mean, they're wonderful. Yes,
I am.
you are.
They're amazing girls. Like I said, I can't wait to see what their future holds for them. They've done a phenomenal job this year. I teach every day, and I know how teenagers are on the cameras and everything, and they have done an amazing job this year. So,
Well, as is customary, and we should have done this when we introed you, whenever somebody of office gets introduced to any place, the tradition is you get introduced and we stand to acknowledge you. Well, I'm going to do it on the back end because what I'm hearing from you ladies, I'll tell you what, you are setting a bar and a standard that, in a way, I feel bad for the Key Club Lieutenant Governors coming in behind you because they're going to have a very high bar to reach. And hearing you speak today and your thoughts and your passion for Key Club, as well as just giving back to a community, is well documented. And absolutely what was said, Hannah, God bless you for working with these kids. It's lieutenant governors like this. It really has got to make your job easier. With that, my producer's playing our outro music. Ladies, thank you so much. Happy Easter. Hannah, Minnie, Feliza, thank you so much. Good luck the rest
Thank
of the
you,
remaining
guys.
school year. We look forward to continued success for all of you. Thank you for watching. All right, you're watching Kiwanis Kares. We're coming to you live from the Go Live Vegas studios in the heart of Las Vegas. Thank you for watching. That's Christina von Lindenberg, our current Lieutenant Governor. I'm Aaron Phillips. I'm a past has-been Lieutenant Governor. Doesn't matter. They are the future, and that's all you need to know. We'll see you next time right here on Kiwanis Kares. Thank you for watching, everybody.